Buildings around the world are reaching new heights not seen before. And as technologies advance, it's possible to build higher and higher into the sky. It seems the sky is no longer the limit. So, here are 15 really tall buildings from around the world. Number 15. The HHHR Tower, Dubai. You're going to hear that word Dubai quite a lot on this list, because as a country, it's certainly no slouch when it comes to building impressive skyscrapers. Our first entry is the HHHR Tower, also known as the Blue Tower, and as you can see, it looks like a spaceship ready to launch at Cape Canaveral, rather than a residential building in Dubai. You can almost hear the countdown and see the thrusters start up just before it's fired up into the stratosphere. This out-of-the-world building was constructed as a joint venture between Al Ahmadiyya Contracting and Trading Company from the UAE and Hip Hing Construction Company Limited from Hong Kong. And they must be incredibly proud of the completed project, even if they're not particularly big fans of any of NASA's similar-looking creations. The HHHR Tower stands at 1,040 feet, with 72 floors. The tower contains 454 residential apartments, so it would clearly be much more than one small step for man if the elevators ever broke down. Even so, it's clearly a very desirable place to live. Ever since its construction was completed back in 2012, the Blue Tower has become a standout site on Dubai's Sheikh Zayed Road. We're sure that any sheikh would be more than happy to have a penthouse apartment there. Number 14. Palais Royale, Mumbai. For our next entry, we're off to India, and this one is a bit of a curiosity because although it definitely belongs in the number 14 spot, standing as it does at 1,050 feet, and even though it was certainly designed to fall into the category of residential building, it's not actually completed yet. In fact, the entire thing has been put on hold. Construction of the Palais Royale began in Mumbai back in 2008, and the original intention was for the building to contain 120 apartments, of between 740 and 1,300 square meters each. But sadly, the only thing the developers of the Palais Royale achieved was finding themselves in the middle of a royal mess. Since then, progress has come to a grinding halt due to a variety of lawsuits, which may have been motivated by the interests of a rival builder. So the moral of the story that if you're going to build a skyscraper, then make sure you remain friendly with all of your skyscraper building friends. In 2019, the site was purchased at auction by a company called Honest Shelters, but it remains to be seen whether they'll go ahead with the building's original function, or whether the Palais Royale will have about as many tenants as one of those ruined British castles where the royals used to live. Time will tell. Number 13. Q1 Tower, Gold Coast. Records get broken quickly when it comes to massive skyscrapers, and from 2005 to 2011, the structure in Queensland, Australia was officially the world's tallest residential building, although now it only makes it to number 13 in our list. But even so, it's still the tallest building in Australia, the second tallest building in the Southern Hemisphere, and the third tallest freestanding structure in the Southern Hemisphere, all of which are certainly nothing to sniff at. The Q1 Tower, or Queensland Number 1, stands at 1,058 feet tall, and since opening its doors has become a well-loved landmark on the Gold Coast. So much so that it was even recognized as a Queensland icon during the state's 150th birthday celebration. And that is quite an achievement for any residential skyscraper. After all, the only other Queensland icon we can think of right now is the actress Margot Robbie, and if you're considered as pleasing to the eye as she is, then you must be doing something right. Number 12 and number 11. LCT The Sharp Busan, Residential Tower A and Residential Tower B. The next two entries on our list are both located in the same place, so we're going to talk about them both at the same time. Completed in 2019, LCT The Sharp is a major urban development in Busan, South Korea, and located just in front of Haeundae Beach. There are three main parts to LCT The Sharp: a 101-floor landmark tower and two 85-floor residential skyscrapers. Residential Tower A and Residential Tower B, both of which take numbers 12 and 11 on our list. Residential Tower B comes in at number 12, standing at 1,093 feet, while its slightly larger sibling, Tower A, takes the number 11 spot at 1,113 feet. And if the heights don't impress you, both towers have a variety of modern amenities, including a spa, a water park, and a shopping mall. Not only that, but they've been voted to have the nicest toilets in South Korea. What more could a prospective tenant desire? I don't know about you, but an award-winning toilet is something I always look for when I'm considering moving to a new apartment building. So, there we go. Two brothers take the place 12 and 11. If residential Tower B were a fickle kind of skyscraper, then it might find itself quite jealous of its big brother's accomplishment. But luckily, they're so close to each other on our list that we feel sure there's no sibling rivalry whatsoever. Number 10. Neva Tower 2, Moscow. Sadly, our next entry also comes as a pair, but his little brother isn't anywhere near high enough to make it onto our very exclusive list. Formerly known as the Renaissance Moscow Towers, the Neva Towers are two skyscrapers located in the International Business Center, Moscow, in Russia. But at 974 feet tall, Tower 1 doesn't even interest us one iota. Now don't get me wrong, we're sure the developer loves them both equally and would never even dream of choosing a favorite. But for us, it's all about height, so it's purely Tower 2 we're interested in. This skyscraper stands at a whopping 1,132 feet, dwarfing its little brother and dominating the Moscow skyline. Following the completion of the construction project in 2020, Tower 2 officially became the tallest residential building in Europe and the fourth tallest skyscraper in Europe. And we can't help but feel a bit guilty, as we don't have anything nice to say about Tower 1. Well, except that it looks nice and it's very shiny. There, will that do? Number 9. The Marina Torch, Dubai. The Marina Torch has a lot of names. The Torch, the Dubai Torch, the Dubai Torch Tower, which is quite bizarre really when you consider that it caught fire 3 times. Once in 2015, once in 2017, and once in 2019, making it briefly look very much like its namesake. We're not sure why this keeps happening, unless the Marina Torch just has a weirdly large amount of pyromaniacs living in there. But it doesn't seem like the safest place you could possibly choose to buy a property. Even so, it's very clearly a luxurious place to live, and certainly deserves its rightful place at number 9 in our list. After all, when construction was completed back in 2011, the Marina Torch was officially the tallest residential building in the world. Well, until it was knocked off the top spot by our next entry. But more about that in a minute. This 86-floor behemoth stands 1,155 feet tall and contains 676 apartments and 6 retail units. Popular with expats, these apartments start between $400,000 and $500,000, so if you do want to invest in one, then you might need to put a few extra pennies in your piggy bank each week. Despite the luxury and popularity of the place, it does have a bit of a dark history. Fires aside, in 2020, an air hostess for Emirates committed suicide by throwing herself off the building. I'm not really selling this place, am I? Number 8. Elite Residence, Dubai. That's right, we're still in Dubai, and if I were you, I'd unpack your suitcase, take off your shoes, pour yourself a drink, sit back, and relax. Because due to the next few entries on our list, we're going to be coming back here again and again and again. Elite Residence is the place that knocked our previous entry off the top spot for the tallest residential building in the world. But now it takes a humble 8th place on our list. As you can see, the world of residential skyscrapers is a fickle one. You're up one minute and down the next. In the same way that a famous actor is only as good as their last role, a record-breaking skyscraper is only as good as its last measurement. Also located in Dubai's Marina district, Elite Residence is 380 meters or 1,248 feet tall and overlooks Dubai's famous man-made Palm Islands, which also have had their ups and downs lately. Well, mostly downs, because a lot of them seem to be sinking back into the sea. There are 91 floors in the building, 76 of which contain 695 apartments, while the remaining levels are used for things such as swimming pools, spas, business centers, and gyms, all of which can be accessed via the building's 12 elevators. In other words, buy an apartment here and you'll never have to leave home again. Number 6. 23 Marina, Dubai. Welcome to Dubai. I told you we'd be back soon, didn't I? And once again, we're back in Dubai's Marina district, with the aptly, although unimaginatively named 23 Marina. This residential 88-story skyscraper stands 1,289 feet and offers 289 residential apartments with incredible views of the marina and the Dubai skyline. Well, unless you're unlucky enough to be on the ground floor, of course. The tower contains a variety of 2- and 3-bedroom apartments, but if you really want to splash out, then why not try for a 4-bedroom duplex? These come with their own private elevator and a triangular balcony with a plunge pool. Although if you can't afford a duplex, then you could just use one of the 57 swimming pools on offer throughout the building. It also features a 6-story entry hall with tinted glass walls and a waterfall sculpture behind the concierge desk. So yes, in case you were wondering, it is pretty posh in here. Number 5. Princess Tower, Dubai. That's right, we're still in Dubai, and this time we're visiting the 101-story Princess Tower, once again located in the Marina district. I bet you really feel like you know the place by now, right? You could probably even give directions to someone if they asked. Well, for the right price, of course. You don't get anything for free in this area. The Princess Tower stands at 413 meters or 1,356 feet and contains 763 units, 957 underground parking bays, and 8 retail outlets. So if you haven't already spent enough money on your apartment, then you can easily get rid of the rest in the high-end shops. There's also an indoor and outdoor pool, a gymnasium, a sauna, steam room, a games room, a banqueting hall, and even an observation deck on the 97th floor, where you can look down at all the people who could never afford this kind of luxury. Like many of its Dubai-based siblings, Princess Tower was also a record breaker and was officially the tallest residential building in the world from 2012 to 2015. Well, until it was overtaken by number 3 on our list. Number 4. Marina 101, Dubai. Yep, it's Dubai again. We're hoping you're enjoying all the sun and sand. And there's no prizes for guessing which well-known Dubai district Marina 101 might be located in. Standing 101 stories and 425 meters or 1,394 feet tall, Marina 101 is not only number 4 on our list, but also happens to be the 29th tallest building in the world. As you can tell, it's very confusing trying to keep up with these statistics. Who's the tallest? Where are they? When were they the tallest? In fact, every time you refresh your browser, the information seems to change, so you better get through this video quickly without any breaks. Completed in 2017, the first 33 floors of the skyscraper play host to a 5-star Hard Rock hotel with 281 rooms, while floors 34 to 100 have residential apartments. Until you get to the 101st floor, that is, where the Hard Rock Hotel once again makes itself known with a club lounge, restaurant, and a rock shop merchandise store. You know, just like any normal block of apartments. Number 3. 432 Park Avenue, New York City. When it comes to skyscrapers, there's really only one place that could compete with Dubai, and we think you know where it is. Yep, that's right. New York, New York. So good they named it twice, and home to the top 3 entries on our list. 432 Park Avenue is a residential skyscraper at 57th Street and Park Avenue in Midtown Manhattan, overlooking Central Park, and well, one heck of a lot of other things as well. Standing at 425.5 meters or 1,396 feet tall, 432 Park Avenue is part of Billionaire's Row, a place you're not even allowed to look at unless you own some expensive designer glasses. Its 84 stories features some of the most expensive residences in the city, with an average price of around $10 million, including 125 condominiums and a private restaurant for residents, where they no doubt serve meat from rare and exotic animals that only the super rich have ever heard of. Number 2. 111 West 57th Street, New York City. From Park Avenue, we're going to hail a yellow cab and head over to West 57th Street, number 111 to be exact. Well, wait a minute, we don't need a cab after all, because 111 West 57th Street is also known as Steinway Tower. It's also situated along Billionaire's Row. And we could just walk there instead, gazing up at the various palatial buildings, and wondering if we'd be allowed in without a full body search. The main portion of the skyscraper is an 84-story, 435-meter or 1,428-foot tower with 60 luxury condominiums, 14 in Steinway Hall below, and 46 in the tower itself. Steinway Hall, named after the legendary piano maker Steinway & Sons, is also a New York City landmark, and it seems strangely appropriate that apartments this expensive should be available in the same building. After all, have you ever considered purchasing a Steinway grand piano? If you have, then we'd recommend selling most of your internal organs and taking out several mortgages before you even start thinking about window shopping. Not only is 111 West 57th Street one of the tallest buildings in the United States, but it's also one of the thinnest skyscrapers in the world, and apparently has a width-to-height ratio of 1 to 24. Well, I'm not sure what that means exactly, but you only have to take a look at the thing to see how skinny it is. It looks like a straw leading up to the clouds. Number 1. Central Park Tower, New York City. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen, number 1, the tallest residential building in the world. And would you believe it, it's on Billionaires Row again, New York City. Hot dogs, Times Square, pizza by the slice, the Yankees, the Mets, and loads and loads and loads of rich people. Central Park Tower, also known as the Nordstrom Tower, is located at 225 West 57th Street and rises a whopping 472 meters, or 1,550 feet into the air. If you want to live amongst the clouds, and residential skyscrapers don't come higher than this, well, for now anyway. I'm sure there'll be a new record breaker by the time you finish watching this video. With 98 above-ground stories, Central Park Tower is the tallest residential building in the world, the second tallest building in New York City, and the tallest building outside of Asia by roof height. Needless to say, the tower plays host to a wide variety of luxury apartments, for which you only need to make a few $1 billion a year before considering a purchase. These include 179 condominiums, which span an average of 5,000 square feet, just in case you feel cramped and claustrophobic by the other luxurious living spaces. Not only that, but the building contains a variety of rich people amenities, not to mention a private club for residents on floor 100 and a cantilever which maximizes the views over Central Park. It's tall, it's luxurious, it's the winner, but most of all, it's freaking expensive. Watch our future playlist for more top 15 videos about the future. Sit back, relax, and binge watch all of our best future-related videos.